there's a little trick, which is for each Roman G, but not the for each you usually use. You will use the for each ordered. And the expression you will put here is the trick. You will use random 1. You could use random any number here. What does it do? It will run the for each, run each instances of Roman G one by one, but in a random order. And why is that? It's because when you use the for each, you basically, the expression you put here usually you will get a value from this expression, and a numerical value. If you put a string, it will be 0, so it won't do much, but you will get a numerical value. For instance, usually you use this to do a basic Z sorting. So you would say something like Roman G dot Y, and you will get the one who is on the top, and then all the sprites according to their Y value. Because each instances will get assigned a value. These squares are instances, and if it's a Y value, it will be maybe 108 and 200 and machine things, 324 and 500. They will get these values, and this value will be sorted in order, and then the corresponding instance will be looped through in the corresponding order. But here we are using random 1, so our instances will get random values. It can be 0.275, etc., 0.123, 0.42, and 0.5566. Can be these things. And the C2, before running the loop, will look at all these values and say, you go here, and the rest is okay, and then it will loop through them. So here, what you just have to do now is to use this and set the frame to answer dot at dot loop index. You don't care exactly that this will be in the proper order, since the input would be randomized. The sprites which get assigned this will get randomized, so the result is total random. So let's see, that's the starting screen. Nothing happened since we do this on space pressed, but when I press space I get random things. But the thing we want to check, since personally I'm not really good at reading hiragana, I think this one is A, Ku, but right, I think it's this one, but I'm not sure. Anyway, we want to check fast that we actually have something that is working. So to do this, I will create a sprite, so it will be more visual. Let's do this something like this, and I will just draw red. Yeah, it's not really important what color it is, but kind of picky. Okay, this, and then 2 little arrow. Okay. Let's put this on top, so it can be, it will tell us which is the good one. And to do this, I just have to pick the Roman G with the frame corresponding to question, and then set the sprite its x to Roman G dot x. Let's see. Okay, seems random enough, I think. Okay, so we have the system working. Now the only thing we need is player interaction and a proper start of game. Space is not good to let's just switch this to using a function. I think would be a good thing, since we want this on start of layout, and also when you answer the question you want to have a new one. So let's see, function new hiragana. Okay, so we can test this one like this. Okay, pressed space, call the function new hiragana. Should do exactly the same. Okay, so working. What we want now is do this on start of layout, please. Okay, and we'll get rid of this one soon, once we checked everything is working. And then we want to use the mouse plugin. I want to put a little rollover so we properly know when we are over something. Let's first check if the bounding box is correctly set. Seems like it. Let's set bounding box and apply to whole animation. Okay. So now what you can do is you can create a sprite for the rollover effect. Let's say when the mouse is over the Roman G, we want bluish color, or greenish maybe, between the two. And let's see, yeah, 32 and 32. We don't need. I can even go shorter, but that will do. This one should be middle, and then we'll duplicate this one, and for this one we want a red. It's when we mouse down. I usually like having a feedback for when I'm over and when I click on something, and I want a speed of 0. Okay, so what you can do is, if the mouse is over the object, over sprite 2, no, over Roman G. Okay, mouse is over Roman G. You can position the object to this Roman G, set its size to the same values. Roman G dot width, Roman G dot height. Let's rename this to roll over and save. And what you want to do is set the rollover to the frame to 0. Then if the mouse is down, mouse down, left mouse down, you want the animation to be 1, and if your mouse is not over, you want the rollover to be invisible. And then here make it visible. Okay, let's see. Okay, click. Okay, so it's working. The only thing is it's a bit I want half opaque and maybe put it behind. Yeah, it's probably better behind. Start of layout here, whatever, move to bottom of layer. Let's see. Okay, a bit better maybe. These value, these sprites are a bit crappy because we scaled them up. Maybe no. Okay. Position, size. Okay. And what we want to do as well when you are down here, we want to usually you, how to say this, you want to validate a move when you can click, but here the player should be able to say no, and then cancel its choice by moving the mouse away. That's when you release the mouse that should validate the move. So what you can do is make a choice here, choice UID. When you are down, you can set this choice UID to the romanG.UID, and by default nothing, -1, because 0 is a valid UID. You don't want to have 0 as an unset value. And then if the mouse, you might not want this actually. Okay, I can do a else. It's better. I really have a problem with my mouth. Okay, so if the cursor is down, and if the cursor is over a Roman G sprite, and if the mouse is down, the choice is set to this Roman G sprite UID. If you're not over, unset it, and if the mouse is not down, I could actually put this here, and I wouldn't need this. Okay, if the mouse is not down, and if the choice, I need this. If the mouse is not down, and the choice isn't equals to -1, then